Hello, Martin Brower, Human Resources. I'm sorry I'm not able to attend your meeting today. I was going to be speaking live with everybody, but I'm out on the wellness trail speaking to some groups out west, and I'm thrilled to be able to deliver this message to you today regarding wellness programming for 2020. First, I'd like to recap a little bit of 2019 and talk about a little bit of the process that was involved in putting together our focus for 2020. In 2019, we launched a wonderful rebranding of our wellness programming, now called Raise Total Wellness. And within that larger umbrella, we have 3 pillars of well-being that we focus on: emotional, physical, and financial. And that came about by asking people more of what they would want to have and how they could better understand and better utilize everything that they have available to them for worksite wellness. With this categorizing of the rebranding, it gave people an opportunity to know just where any programming they see fits in, what we're targeting, what we're really offering folks. And again, that would be physical well-being, financial well-being, or emotional well-being. So every year I like to give a little survey to my wellness champions. As you all know, whether you're wellness champions or not, I head up the Wellness Champion Network. And this is our closest link to implementing wellness and offering wellness at our sites. So of course, HR technically owns wellness, so there's one HR representative with the wellness committee at each DC, but there's also at least one other wellness champion who's a non-HR member, and that's vitally important, but because we want the wellness committee to reflect the faces and places and people of our DC. So it's wonderful to have the diversity. So every year I like to ask the wellness champions what they felt was really successful in the year previous, what they would like to see changed, what they'd like to see kept, what they'd like to see added, and anything else that they'd like to see changed in order to improve our process. So the takeaway this year was a couple of things. One was that we decided to have a single focus, and even though we're still going to divide it into efforts throughout the year of either emotional, financial, or physical well-being, but they have one overarching focus for the year, and that's stress management. Stress management was the topic that by far the wellness champions reported wanting to have more support, more information, and more programming about. This is actually a wonderful thing, not stress, of course, but getting that type of feedback, because what we know now, and one of the reasons that we did the rebranding that we did, was to let people know that we see them as a holistic being. We aren't just our physical selves, we aren't just our financial selves, we aren't just our emotional selves, that any one thing can really impact all those areas of our life, and of course we know that to be true. So when we show people that not only do we respond, say, to the champion's input, which everybody wants to be heard and feel that their opinion is respected and regarded, and that's a large reason why I ask the champions for their opinions on and input on things, but for the people that we serve, they see that we're responding to what their needs are. And this makes them very receptive to programming, and that makes them feel very cared for. And as any of our wellness champions will tell you, my main mantra in being a wellness champion and in implementing our programming is first and foremost just to demonstrate we care. That's really it. And we have different ways of showing that we care. And this year is going to be to have a focus on stress management. Now that's a very broad topic. It happens to be a specialty of mine in my wellness practice, so I feel very well equipped to support all of the DCs on this effort, but it is very broad and very deep. So we're going to want to be clear on our message. We're going to want to really relay to folks what we're doing and why we're doing it, so that they can see that we are responding to what their needs are and that it does interlink with every aspect of their life. And it impacts not only their work, of course, but managing something such as stress in our lives will also improve their engagement and happiness at home. And that's important. So you can look forward to a very exciting year. I got some great ideas from the Wellness Champions when I surveyed them recently on ideas they'd like to have for stress management. We're going to be launching in February, March and we're going to be focusing on things at 3-month increments so that we have a really decent length of time to get very in-depth on each of these topics. The other area of improvement that we're looking forward to in implementing Worksite Wellness this year is to have a greater opportunity for engagement. And what this means is something measurable as to not just people participating in something, but in them actually having a behavior change. So this is year 4 of our Wellness Champion Network at Martin Brower, and every year we've been growing our program to more of what we want people to be able to do for themselves and to see and act on the support that they have at the workplace to help them with whatever struggles they have in their wellness goals. So this year, with the stress management focus, we're going to have plenty of opportunity to really get to the heart of some issues that can really impact people and help them to move towards change, towards behavior change. So we'll be doing a survey in the beginning of our kickoff in the next few weeks of all the employees in order to let them evaluate, let them tell us where they are on their stress levels. Very brief, very easy survey. Anyone who's done a survey of mine knows I only do 5-6 questions and keep them very brief. And people have the opportunity to comment as much as they'd like with each of the questions. But what we want to do is understand the different levels of stress that people feel that they're experiencing in their lives and be able to address that. And then we'll do that same survey at the end of the year, which will allow us to compare from beginning to end of a whole program year dedicated to one health topic, how much we've helped improve on people's stress. And so in the beginning of a program, that's called assessment. And when you do it at the end of a program, that's called evaluation in my line of work, in health promotion and behavior change. So we'll be able to compare apples to apples on any changes and the impact of those changes from the beginning of the program year to the end of the program year. So I'm very excited to be able to report on that afterwards and be able to share the differences that we've made in people's lives. I want to offer to everybody, whether you're a wellness champion or not, to feel free to reach out to me for any wellness support that you would like to have. You know, I'm the subject matter expert on everything wellness, affectionately known as the Wellness Lady, and I'm glad to help you any way that I can in your wellness efforts at your sites. So I want to extend you a wonderful 2020, and I want to thank you so much for all the work that you do for the people that we serve. I say this at the end of all of my Wellness Champion meetings, but I mean it for the entire group, and that is, as much as you are there to serve the people that you work with, I'm here to serve you. So please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know anything that I can do for you. Be well.